Hi, Healing Overflow. This is Dr. Toy. Welcome back. Hey, y'all. How y'all been? Listen, I did a post on Facebook, and I want to talk about that post. Let me do some house cleaning. Is that what they say? Is it house cleaning? Let me take care of some business. Like our Facebook page, Healing Overflow with Dr. Toy. My numbers are rising. I really appreciate y'all. This is not why I do it, for numbers to rise, but why I do Healing Overflow with Dr. Toy is so healing can overflow, so people can hear some good messages, and maybe it resonates with you and it really helps you and it helps you to heal. I love some feedback. I get feedback when I run into y'all, but I would love some feedback. Email me at drtoyjones@gmail.com. Also, if you want to be a guest on Healing Overflow, email me. I'd like to hear your story. I get some correspondence. I get questions. I get relationship questions. You can email me relationship questions. I want to start answering those publicly. Let me know if you don't want it answered publicly. That's okay. I will not do that. I never want to exploit people in their situations, but if it's okay, I'll share it because it helps other people, that are going through similar situations. So let's get down to business, though. I had this, this post, and I actually saw someone's post, and I shared it, and I did give credit to that person, but it's somebody I don't know, and what they said really resonated with me and with a lot of people, and it was the worst part about being strong is nobody knows when you're hurting. And Young Miami is where this post came from. And so it's traveled far. Shout out and healing. Let it overflow on you, Young Miami. But let me tell you that, it got a lot of feedback. It got a lot of likes because people were like, listen, I go through this. I know what you mean. Amen, sister. Right on, and a lot of, brothers, sisters, everybody really was chiming in, and letting me know this is how I had to move my purse. And this is how it's really, affecting them. And so I really, I want to talk about this. I want to give a moment to it because it feels like, strong people hurt deep because they don't have anywhere to unload. They don't have anyone to help carry, the groceries up the steps, so to speak. I grew up in a house that was on a hill, and if we had about 1,000,000 steps to climb up. And I remember when my parents would come home with groceries, they would beep the horn, and we would help them carry the groceries up all 167 steps. I'm exaggerating, but it was a lot of steps. And I remember that. I remember being like, heavy bags, and it was tiring. And this is what we did. But imagine, if my parents, whichever one went shopping, probably my mom, if she carried those bags up the steps all by herself, how many trips would it take her? How many times would she fall? And why would she do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I always think about that when I think about hurting people and how we don't cry out. Listen, I gotta say we, because I'm one of those self-professed strong people, strong persons that do not holler out and cry out for help. And I thought about, like, why do we do that? First of all, who said that we were strong? And who says that someone else doing something else, asking for help, allowing somebody to carry them groceries up the steps, they're not strong? So who defined that, and why did we define that? Where do we get that from? And another thing I thought of is, who defines strength? Who said this is a strong person that does A, B, C, and D, and this is not a strong person that does E, F, G, wait a minute, E, F, G, H, I, J. Wait, Dr. Tour don't know the alphabet. Yeah, but who defined that? And I begin to think about that. Like, is strong person a social construct? Like, did we make this up? Is this an American thing? Well, I know it's not an American thing because my African friend, she chimed in and she said, um, I always struggle, but can't cry out for help for anyone. Only God is my strength. And she's from Africa. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is intercontinental. Like, this is what we do all over the place. And then I hear from men too. They got to stay strong in front of their family. They can't, show that they're hurting. But so this is something that, we're basically believing. And I'm wondering, is strength overrated? Did we puff up being strong so much that now we it's past celebration, y'all. We almost what do I want to say? Like we almost bow down to it. We worship strength, strong, power, all of that. But is that really making us weaker? And the person that says, I need help carrying these groceries, are they actually the stronger one? Are they actually the wiser one? And we sitting up there struggling, and the doggone grapefruit done rolled out the bag and down the steps, and it just doesn't make sense, So, I really unpacked this. I thought about it some more. I thought about, what does it mean to be weak? And what are we looking down upon to show weakness? Where does that come from? So I know for me personally, being weak, I had this message growing up that being weak was like crying or quitting, not being able to do something eventually. Like, you didn't have to do it right away, but it was like, you need to catch on to that. Like, why don't you know how to do it? These messages were sent, throughout the family. Particularly my family, real strong women. We don't cry, we don't budge, we solve problems, we get at it. Why don't you know? It's that attitude, and that's probably made me who I am. So, shout out to the strong women in my family. But then again, it made me not want to rely on people, or ask for help. And so it's that secret message of, if I ask for help, then I'm showing that I'm weak. And if I show that I'm weak to you, then you will take advantage of me. Somehow you'll take advantage, and somehow you'll say, oh, that's her weakness. And now I know how to get at her. I know how to win over her. I know how to conquer her. Life is a competition, and you're always looking to see how you can get one up on me. And so therefore, I can't trust you. And I will hold my hurt real close to my chest, like cards and spades. And that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. Then I marry someone who's compassionate and wants to help carry hurt. And I'm like, I got this. I'm good. What you mean? And then people around me, and I wonder if this is happening with you, begin to see the pattern of, I'm good, I'm strong, I don't need help. So then when we do cry out, one of my viewers said, one of the comments, and thank you for saying that, when we finally talk about our situation, we make it seem like it's not a big deal because it's exhausting even explaining it all. And I said, whoa, that's what we do. We're like, this is going on, but it'll be all right. I'll figure it out. And so we're sending a message to the other person that we don't need help and we're okay. And, don't worry about it. So I noticed with myself, and you comment below, chime in if this is you. I noticed that when I finally do say, I'm hurt, I'm feeling weak, I ain't strong today, most people react, not everybody, but most people react like, you'll be all right. You always bounce back. You know what to do. You'll figure it out. Because most people come to us trying to figure out what to do. and asking us for our opinion, right? And we give it to them. We'll put our hurt down in a second to help somebody and figure out, how we can help them and, and solve their problem. We get texts, we get inboxed, we get emails, we get visits, and we help people. Literally, we'll do it, and it makes us feel better. And then when they're gone, we hurt again. And there's so many people around us. Family, Healing Overflow, family, get this. We have people around us that admire us, that look up to us, and that want us to succeed and be strong, and would feel horrible if they knew we were hurting and we didn't share and we didn't reach out to them. Understand that. Now, I do understand. I heard somebody say, but Dr. Toy, there's people waiting for me to stumble and fall. You better believe it. Because strong people, they always want to see us trip and fall. And your laces are untied. Oh, you slipped and fell. Is that a bruise on your knee? Yeah, they are waiting for that. But what would it mean? What would it mean to you if you did slip and fall in front of that person and they said, oh, I've been waiting to see that. Now what? How does that change you? How does that change the fabric of what makes you up? It won't. You're still going to be you. You're still going to be strong. And so I had to unlearn that crying equal weakness. If I cry, that's a weak person. I'm a doggone therapist. Like how am I going to be like, if you cry, it's weak? No, here's the thing. Here's the messed up thing, y'all. If you cried, it was perfectly fine. I would tell you how healthy crying was. And this was early on in my career. I've been a therapist for double-digit years now, but this was early on in the single-digit time where I would be like, go ahead and cry. It's a release. Let it out. Studies show. I tell you everything about crying and how healthy it is, because it is. Crying is amazing. It's awesome. You should cry. Men, women, in-betweeners, dogs, cats, whatever. You should cry. You should mourn. You should shed tears. You should be vulnerable. All of those things. And I was saying it, amening it, prior to the people in it, and just didn't adhere to it myself. If you cry to me, I will hold you. I will sit with you. I'll marinate in your misery with you and be just fine with that. But crying, it was like, did somebody die? Then why are you crying? That was the message, and that's what I carried on. And so now, I hope I'm better, but I still don't think I'm there. Now at funerals, that's probably the only time I feel like it's appropriate to cry, and that's when I cry. But now I know, if I'm sad, cry, that's okay. But there's still that little person in my head, like, don't cry. What you crying for? Nobody did. And I have to push that little person back. Like, no, this is appropriate. If you're feeling sad and tears are coming in your eyes, why would you be like, trying to roll them tears around? And it's just weird. And what happens is you're building up like a pressure cooker. You're building up all of that hurt and pain. And then what does that hurt and pain result in? It results in this superhero syndrome that I must be strong all the time. And eventually you break and you explode and you topple all over the place. Now, if you're healing and you're overflowing, it's going to flow on other people and they're going to heal too. But if you're hurt and overflowing, it's going to hurt the people around you. Get that, y'all. Get that. And so you're healing not just for you, but for everybody else. When you're hurt, you got to select your village, the people that know how to handle your hurt. And sometimes you got to parse out the hurt. Okay, this person can accept this one, but not this. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that with such and such because they can get that over there. Maybe one person can't hold the whole load, and who said that they have to? It's all good. It's okay. I know this person can do better with this type of subject or this part of my hurt. This person can't stand me hurting because they love me so much. They're like, I don't know what to do when you hurt. Okay, well then I'm not gonna share that with them. I'm gonna share it with this person that could really take I mean, like literally take my heavy backpack and put it on their back and toggle over with me. I'm blessed with those people, and I got to utilize them more. That's my village. That's my village. So I'm sharing out with y'all. Thank you for sharing what y'all were feeling and thinking with me. Comment below. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep on healing, y'all. Let's keep on, looking at our hurt face to face and say, I don't have to hurt. I don't have to be silent and hurt. I can still be strong and hurt. And I can tell somebody when I hurt. And that actually makes me stronger. So let's keep doing that. Let's keep healing. Let's keep feeling like we're allowed to hurt. Let's give permission to hurt, but let's share with our village. And let's do those things so that we can continue to be strong. I love y'all. I love y'all. Keep on healing so healing overflows onto everyone else. Be blessed. And I'll talk to you later. Healing Overflow with Dr. Toy. Wait, I almost forgot to tell y'all. My Facebook page is coming out. I need y'all to keep sharing. I need y'all to keep watching and stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's coming. It's here. Go. YouTube page. All right, y'all. Healing Overflow with Dr. Toy. Peace.